Hi everyone, welcome back again. So today is the third video in the myths and fact check series. So myth number 3 that I am covering today is that women should not lift weights. Now whenever you go to a gym, you will find women mostly on the treadmill or on the stationary cycle. If you go out in the evening for a stroll, you will find out that you see most of the people who are walking are usually women. My women clients usually prefer aerobics, yoga, Zumba or any other form of cardio to help them lose weight. Also, I have one thing observed that is when usually ladies they want to lose weight, the first thing or the most preferred form of exercise is walking. Now, why do women fear to lift weights, strength train or do some form of resistance training? Now, most women consider lifting weights as manly, or they believe that if they start doing strength training, they will look more masculine or they will bulk up. They are scared if they start doing weight training or resistance training, they will look less feminine or beautiful. But did you know it is muscle that makes you look younger and beautiful as you age? Besides aesthetics, muscle is required for strength, endurance and also to give you a more toned and lean look. In fact, women must strength train to age gracefully. Now, does that mean that cardio activities like walking, Zumba, yoga, aerobics are bad? Not at all. These are required for cardiovascular health to improve your lung capacity. But strength training or resistance training is equally important. Women shy away from building muscle, but in reality, everyone should strength train. No matter what your age, your gender, whether you are a male, female, you are older, younger, everyone should do some form of resistance training. So what is resistance training? Now, resistance training is also known as strength training, body weight training. It's also known as weight training in general. So here what you're doing is you are using your muscles or you're rather contracting your muscles against some resistance. Now this resistance could be your own body weight, it could be external weights or machines which are available at the gym. So if you are a beginner, it is always advisable to start with your own body weight and then gradually progress to external weights. So many women fear to weight train because they believe they will become muscular, they will look more masculine or become too bulky. Weight training is one of the most empowering, health boosting and a very crucial element in your exercise journey. So if you're trying to lose weight, cardio alone is not sufficient. You must have some form of resistance training into your overall exercise plan. So in today's video, we are going to bust this myth. We will understand that why it is not so easy to put on muscle as compared to men for a woman, and also why you should not fear of becoming bulky. So if you believe that if you lift weights or you start doing some form of resistance training, you will start to look more and more like a man, then please do watch the video till the end. So why do women fear to lift weights? The most important and the basic reason is that they fear that they will become bulky. They fear that they will start putting on huge muscles. There are multiple number of reasons why you won't become bulky immediately. The first reason is that a woman's body is more prone to storing fat. So genetically, a man has more muscle as compared to a woman, and woman is prone to storing more fat. Also, women have more of the hormones estrogen and progesterone and lower levels of testosterone. Now men have more testosterone and hence they are able to build muscle more efficiently and much faster as compared to women. So this actually makes it difficult for a woman to build muscle. So you don't need not be scared that lifting weights you will immediately bulk up. Another reason is that women build muscle much slower as compared to men. Also, it is only if you lift extremely heavy weights and that too for a long period of time, that is when some of the women start becoming bulky or they start looking very muscular. Now the hormone testosterone, which is found in higher quantity in men as compared to women, plays a very major role in hypertrophy. The term hypertrophy actually means building muscle or an increase in your muscle size. Now genetically women have less testosterone and that is the reason they do not put on much more muscle as compared to men. Even if they are training consistently, they will not immediately put on lot of muscle. Rather they will develop a lean look. They will look more sculpted, they will look younger for their age. Weight training thus gives you a more sculpted and toned look. Now most of the women they desire for this look, but however they fear or they shy from strength training. The second reason why women fear to lift weights is social conditioning and gender stereotypes. Strength has no gender. Being strong is empowering and women should definitely get stronger. Being stronger will help them to perform their roles better in their day-to-day life. The third reason is the fear of injury. Now most of the women, they fear that if they start lifting weights, they will get injured. Now no matter which exercise do you do, even if you are walking, running or any other form of exercise also, injury is always an inherent risk. It is not that other exercise forms cannot cause injury. Now the only problem with strength training is that you need to have proper guidance. So if you get your plan designed from some trained professional, a proper coach, this will help you to progress in your weight loss journey much better. In fact, weight training is much more safer as compared to high intensity workouts. Always know that if you are a beginner, do not directly go to a gym or start lifting weights. You have to always start with your own body weight. So once you are comfortable with exercises wherein you are using your own body weight, you can further progress to external weights. So this is the first mistake that usually people do, is that they directly go and start lifting very heavy. So you have to understand, at what point currently are you, whether you are a beginner, you are an intermediate, have you been lifting weights before, or you are absolutely new to weight training. So accordingly, you have to get yourself a plan designed and thus progress further. The fourth reason is a focus on cardio. Now most of the times I see that women, when they start their weight loss journey, the most preferred form of exercise is walking. First of all, walking is not considered as an exercise. It is called as LISS or low intensity steady state cardio. Most women still believe that cardio is only the best way to lose weight. I often see so many women who are walking for years together, but I see no progress in either their weight, body composition or even in the way they look. Now your body is primarily made up of muscle and fat. Now fat does not burn calories. Muscle is a metabolically active tissue. Now what does this mean is that muscle burns more calories. So when you are at rest, for example, now I am sitting here, at this given moment I am not doing much of activity, but whatever muscle I have built needs to be maintained by my body. So what my body has to do is, it has to burn calories to maintain muscle. On the contrary, fat does not require any maintenance. It just sits in your body. So if you now understand, the more muscle you have, the more calories you will burn. So your body becomes more efficient in burning calories even when you are not exercising. Now isn't that a smart way to maintain your weight? Now what happens during cardio is that you burn calories only till the time you are doing the activity. The minute you stop the activity, your calorie burning stops. And after that, there is no further burning. Whereas weight training leads to something called as EPOC. Now EPOC means excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Now this means that now if you are a beginner and you do a resistance training session, so the next 48 to 72 hours, or rather the next 2 to 3 days, your body keeps burning calories. Now this happens because there is muscle breakdown and there has to be repair work going on. Now to do this repair work, body has to burn calories. So you can see now the benefit of building muscle. So remember that it is all about smart work and not hard work. So if you are doing endless cardio, you are continuously doing walking, cycling, dancing and all will not help you. So learn to do the smart work. Include some amount of cardio and some amount of resistance training to get an overall good effect. Now besides the toned and sculpted look that you get post weight training, resistance training or lifting weights also supports your hormonal and your bone health. Now what happens as women age and they reach their perimenopause or menopause, the levels of estrogen go down in the body. Now lesser levels of estrogen leads to a low bone density. So lifting weights will improve your bone mineral density. So women, you must definitely go and lift. So strength training has so many other benefits also. It regulates your insulin levels, it reduces your stress hormones and also gives you an overall good hormonal health. Strength training also releases endorphins. Now endorphins are the feel-good hormones. So this will improve your mood and confidence. The most important benefit of strength training is that it improves your functional fitness or your real life strength. Now imagine you don't have to depend on anyone to lift your own grocery bags or lifting your own suitcases when you're traveling, carrying your child, your baby or your toddler, or even the most basic of maintaining a good posture. So strength training is all about building the muscles and maintaining them that support you in your day-to-day life. So it will reduce the risk of injury, it will improve your balance, and it will most importantly improve the quality of your life. As you age, maybe your looks even won't matter. What will matter most is the physical independence, not being dependent on somebody for your day-to-day activities. In today's video, I hope you have understood very well that lifting weights is important for everyone, no matter what your age, your gender. It is not just meant for bodybuilders or athletes. It's for every woman who wants to be strong, healthy and confident. So to conclude this video, I would like to say that we should get past the myth that women should not lift weights. Strength training is not about looking like someone else. It is becoming the best version of yourself, physically, mentally and emotionally. Whether you are in your 20s or 60s, whether you are young or you are a senior, whether you are a beginner or an experienced, lifting weights will only benefit you, not otherwise. If you enjoyed today's video, do not forget to hit the like button. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. So until the next video, do take good care of yourself. Stay strong and start lifting. Bye-bye.